Everyone counted them out. The experts said they didn't belong, but what if I told you that the Indiana Pacers' journey to the 2025 NBA Finals wasn't luck? It was destiny written in code 25 years ago. Today I'm going to be revealing a hidden truth. A truth behind the most shocking finals appearance in NBA history. A truth that connects a heartbreaking loss to a prophetic run. To understand the hidden truth, let's go back to May 2000. The Indiana Pacers, led by Reggie Miller, made their first and only NBA Finals appearance. They of course faced Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant's Lakers. But here's what no one talks about. The eerie parallels that haunted this franchise for 25 years. The Pacers lost that series 4-2, but it wasn't just a loss. It was the beginning of a quarter-century prophecy. For exactly 25 years, the Pacers wandered the playoff wilderness. Close calls, heartbreaking defeats, constant rebuilds. The basketball gods seem to have cursed Indiana to forever chase what they lost in 2000. The malice at the Palace in 2004 destroyed their championship window. Paul George's gruesome injury in 2014 shattered another dream. Oladipo's emergence and subsequent departure left fans wondering, would Indiana ever return to the promised land? But what if I told you the signs were always there, hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone to connect the dots? First, the roster construction. In 2000, the Pacers were built around legendary shooter Reggie Miller, a dominant big in Jermaine O'Neal, and a scrappy role players who fought every possession. Sound familiar? Fast forward to 2025. Tyrese Haliburton, the new floor general with ice in his veins. We got Pascal Siakam, the versatile star who came home to win. Miles Turner, the defensive anchor who finally stayed healthy when it mattered the most. But here's where it gets spooky. The 2025 Pacers played at the fastest pace in the NBA, just like the 2000s team. They both ranked 4th in their respective Eastern conferences during the regular season, and both teams made their finals run as an underdog. 25 years, not 24, not 26, exactly 25 years to the month since their last finals appearance. In numerology, 25 represents a return to the beginning with new wisdom. Coincidence? I think not. But every prophecy needs a catalyst. Enter Rick Carlisle, the man who returned home to complete the circle. Carlisle coached the Pacers from 2003 to 2007, building a defensive powerhouse that nearly dethroned the dynasty Pistons. In 2021, he returned to Indiana, carrying the knowledge of what it takes to win a championship, which he did in Dallas in 2011. Listen, the 2024 season wasn't just about talent. No, it was about timing, chemistry, and fulfilling destiny. When the Pacers traded for Pascal Siakam, they weren't just getting an all-star. They were completing the final piece of a 25-year puzzle. And so the playoffs began, and something magical happened. The Pacers didn't just win games. They destroyed expectations. They outran the Milwaukee Bucks, they outmuscled the Cleveland Cavaliers, and in the Eastern Conference Finals, they did the unthinkable. Against the New York Knicks, their rivals from the 90s, the Pacers won in 6 games. The same series length as their 2000s finals loss, but this time, they were on the winning side. The curse was breaking. I know what you're wondering. Well, who's left standing in their way? Well, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the league's most dominant team, led by newly crowned MVP, SGA. On paper, this looks like David and Goliath, not gonna lie. The Thunder finished with the NBA's best record, best defense, and best net rating. They've been destroying opponents by an average of 28 points at home this postseason. Here's the hidden truth that Vegas and the experts are missing. The Pacers thrive as underdogs. They've been counted out in every single series, yet here they stand 4 wins away from the NBA championship. This finals matchup is perfect storm brewing. Thunder's suffocating defense meets Pacers' breakneck offense. SGA's ISO mastery versus Haliburton's playmaking wizardry. Youth versus hunger. Expectation versus desperation. The key battles will define this series. Can Tyrese Haliburton outplay the MVP? Can Pascal Siakam championship experience overcome Chet Holmgren's defensive brilliance? Can Miles Turner finally have his moment on the big stage? But there's something else at play here. Indiana basketball runs deeper than NBA championships. This is the state that gave us Larry Bird, the state where basketball is religion. The Pacers are not just playing for a title, they're playing for basketball's heartland.
There was a celebration 25 years in the making here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse on Saturday night as the Pacers punched their ticket to the NBA Finals for the first time since 2000.
It's a special feeling to do it with this group. You know, we got to the same spot last year, fell short. And, man, we just worked our tails off as a group to get back here. We had so many different guys chip in. We've been through so many things this year, and we just kept pushing.
The celebration was extra special for Miles Turner, who has spent 10 years wearing blue and gold.
Man, a lot of pain, a lot of joy, just through and through, man. Just all the love and the hate just makes us very validating. The moment itself is very validating. You know, we know we're not done. We're gonna enjoy it tonight, of course, but you know, we're going to this series confident, man. Just we're continuing to build.
Pascal Siakam was honored after a 31-point performance in Game 6 as the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals.
It's cool. It's been a crazy journey, a lot of ups and downs. I'm not the guy that everyone's going to talk about a lot and all that stuff, and I really don't care about it. You know, I'm just a young kid from Cameroon that's, you know, moved to the U.S. when he was 18 years old and gave everything to the game of basketball. And I just work every single day. The work continues.
4 wins over the Oklahoma City Thunder stand between the Pacers and their first ever NBA championship. Reporting in Gainbridge Fieldhouse, I'm Alexa Ross.
So, what does this all mean about the prophecy, and what does this say about the finals outcome? The signs point to something extraordinary. The 2000s Pacers team lost to a super team in the Lakers. The 2025 are the new super team. But here's the twist. The student has become the master. Rick Carlisle knows how to beat young super teams. He did it to LeBron James in 2011. If the Pacers win, they'll complete one of the greatest underdog stories in NBA history. A franchise that waited 25 years, a city that never stopped believing, and a team that proved heart can conquer algorithms. But if they lose, well, maybe the prophecy was never about winning. Maybe it was about returning to relevance. Inspiring a new generation and proving that small markets can still dream big. The truth is, Indiana Pacers have already won. They've broken the curse, returned to the finals, and reminded the basketball world why they call Indiana the heartland of hoops. Game 1 is June 5th. The prophecy reaches its conclusion. Will the hidden truth finally be revealed, or will it remain buried for another 25 years? The basketball gods have spoken. The only question left is, are you ready to witness destiny?